up, YouTube for the franchise guy, coming again with another episode of Madden 20, My Career, featuring the greatest tight end in the league currently, Chance Bishop. You saw his year last year. You saw how unreal the stats were. I mean, he's only getting better right now. He's a 96 overall. Yeah, you heard it here, a 96 overall. I'm even having problems believing how good of a player he has become. He's like scary good now, kind of like mind-boggling how much he's grown in such a season. He went from, what was it, an 80 overall to a 96, a 16-point overall increase. I mean, well, I guess that's what happens when you have just a huge season. Like, what was it, like a six? I think it was like a 3,000-yard season receiving he had last year. Oh, it was so broken, so broken. I mean, the speed, the height, the acceleration. I mean, we're playing on All Pro. I think we're definitely on All Madden now. So season 2 is all played on All Madden, but season 1 was played on All Pro, and you could. I don't think that wasn't even fair. But here he is, you're like your league MVP, your Super Bowl champs right here. I mean, they were just a monstrous team they were. Chance Bishop comes out, gets his first ring in his rookie year, and they have a grand old time. They're having fun. They're kicking back, relaxing, acting all cool. Last week, 12 for 172, a touchdown. Not too bad. I mean, Chance Bishop standards, not the greatest of weeks, but hey, it's okay. It's cool. It's getting there. We're having a great team. A great time on a great team. But, let's talk about some football right now, because that's what I use this series, where I talk about football. Football's fun to talk about. Right now, we're going to talk about how I've been seeing some memes recently on how overrated Baker Mayfield is. And I've been this is a podcast I watched, the Pat McAfee show. I guess now it's not now a radio show because the podcast is evolved into a radio show. So they're getting up there and they're getting up there in life. But in case you guys didn't know, Pat McAfee, former All-Pro punter for the Colts, came in like a year or so after they won the Super Bowl. So he never got a ring, but he made plenty of Pro Bowls, got many of awards for being a great punter. One of the best punter in the league at the time when he retired. Retired out of nowhere, and then you got breakdown while he retired. He had 3 knee surgeries in a row. And at that point, what was the point of that if he wasn't going to be able to walk by the time he retired? But he was talking about how everyone gets on Baker Mayfield for being 17 games in his career and he's overrated, and how he's comparing him to Peyton Manning, not in like overall factors, but in, I guess, just people like to talk about Mayfield's decision making, how many interceptions he's thrown, how many balls he's overthrown or underthrown, and how many misreads he does, and how bad he is at reading defenses. Then McAfee likes to argue it. Peyton Manning at this point in his career, 17 games in his career, probably had like 30 interceptions thrown. 30, 40 interceptions. And then you look at how bad his rookie year was, and he might have been correct. He might have had 30 interceptions by the time he's played, 17 whole games. And then Brett Favre didn't know what a nickel defense was until the end of his career. The whole nickel defense where you lose a linebacker and you add another defensive back. Yeah, Brett Favre had no clue what that was. He had no clue that was a thing. He just, one day, someone's like, yeah, that's defense. He goes, wait, what? That's a thing? There's an interview where he finds out what a nickel defense is. And it's hilarious. But, I don't know. I think Rex Ryan, though, has had, his way with things. He's, driven the media and he's driven the narrative on Baker Mayfield being overrated to the point where Rex Ryan has become a troll to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield tweets at him, you're not relevant. Your opinion doesn't matter unless you're wearing brown and orange. All right. Well, next day, guess what Rex Ryan's wearing on television? He's got a brown suit on with an orange tie. So Rex Ryan is making headlines right now just by talking about Baker Mayfield. And you gotta think, well, Rex Ryan, he doesn't deserve the ability to talk. And I mean, if anyone has the ability to talk and to discuss football, it's Rex Ryan. I'm sorry, how can Rex Ryan not have the ability to talk? How can he not have the ability to express his opinion? If anyone knows football, by any shred of the words, from a head coaching standpoint, Rex Ryan is gonna be on a top 10 people's list because Rex Ryan has spent his entire life around football. He coached the Jets. He was a defensive coordinator for a while. I mean, he got some really bad teams, and he got ran out of New York. But problem is, it wasn't always his fault. His best quarterback was Mark Sanchez. He had Tim Tebow for a little bit, but that's not gonna get you anywhere. You have the Sanchez, that's the thing. You have, oh man, Bryce Petty. Was he one of his quarterbacks? I mean, Bryce Petty might have been one of Rex Ryan's quarterbacks, but Rex Ryan has the ability, and he has, the prowess, and he has the knowledge to say what a quarterback's gonna be able to do. I mean, I'd rather take Rex Ryan's opinion over some random person on Twitter. You know what I mean? Oh boy, Rex Ryan, good old Rex Ryan. But who knows? Who knows exactly what is going on right now? Kirk Cousins, though, Pat McAfee likes to be a nice player guy because he was a player, so he knows how it is to have people going down, like getting hard on you. So he likes to always be player friendly on his show. Well, one day he just straight up flat out told the world that Kirk Cousins stinks, and I mean, well, guess what? Kirk Cousins stinks. If you watch Kirk Cousins play football, if you're a Vikings fan, you thought, oh man, we're gonna get this great quarterback. Well, then you get robbed of $84 million guaranteed. So I mean, eesh. If Dak Prescott's getting a new contract, he should look at Kirk Cousins, not Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. That's what they need. That's what he needs to look at. It's like, oh well, look how bad he is. Look how much money he got. Not look how good these good competent quarterbacks are getting. But good. Gosh darn, Kirk Cousins, not, has pretty much played himself out of Minnesota. Has probably more or less played himself out of the league by the time I guess his contract's up, he is going to be more or less done with the league. No one's gonna bring him back. No, who's gonna bring him back to be a starter when his contract's done with? Nobody. No one wants to pay him to be a starter. No one wants to pay him to be a backup. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure you guys hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Liking does me a ton, helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Commenting shows me you're supporting, and subscribing means you want to stick around and watch some more content. But, to YouTube, peace out, rock on, and stay super classy, my dudes.